This is how you go from feeling frustrated and confused with MCAT passages to being able to read them with confidence and clarity. View reading passages like a skill, and with any skill, you have to gradually build this up through very careful review and practice. For every single passage that you do, you need to go back over it and reread it from beginning to the end. And as you read through it, you're reading in very small chunks and processing every single chunk as you go. Depending on your level of passage skills, a chunk might be half of a sentence or a chunk could be half of a paragraph. It just really depends how good you are with passages right now. When you stop to process that chunk, you're going to be using critical thinking and outside content knowledge to do this. Pause and think, what did I actually just read? For example, if you read something that mentions the Krebs cycle, you need to be thinking about the Krebs cycle and its purpose in the larger systems of metabolic pathways. You don't need to recall every single fact you know about the Krebs cycle, but just bring forward some of the really big important information like this cycle creates electron carriers that are going to take electrons to the electron transport chain. Doing this a lot of the time is going to make the next part of the passage a little bit easier to read and understand because it's going to be building on the previous part of the passage. By thinking about that first chunk of information, you've really taken it and turned it into something that you really easily understand, and it becomes a lot easier to then connect that to the next pieces of the passage. You basically just keep doing this for every single piece of the passage, including any data or figures or drawings. This does take a bunch of time to do, but it is so much more important to improve your quality of your review process than it is to increase the quantity of questions that you're doing. As you do this over and over for more and more passages, your review is going to speed up. You're going to really build that skill of breaking down these complex passages, and then you'll be able to do a lot more questions with this high quality review. And then when you combine the high quality review with a high quantity of practice questions, that is when you're going to really take off and see massive improvements. And as always, if you need help planning out your entire MCAT process, check out the link in my bio to my self-paced course. There are big discounts on that, and you can get discounts on UWorld as well, and the details are through that link.